Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we're gonna really get into something that feels, I don't know, ripped from the headlines, reliable AI.
Yeah, it's everywhere you look these
All
days.
right, but we're going deeper than just the hype. We want to find out what actually makes AI trustworthy, something that benefits everyone.
Because the potential for things to go wrong is huge if we don't get this right.
Exactly, and we've got a ton of research, articles, the whole nine yards. We're diving into these five big ideas: fairness, robustness, privacy, explainability, and transparency.
Those are the pillars, right?
You got it, the five pillars of reliable AI. So let's kick things off with fairness. One article really got me thinking. It said, bias can already be in the data itself, even before we teach the AI.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge problem.
So how do we even begin to, spot that hidden bias?
Yeah. Well, it's tough because it's often baked into the very foundation of the data. Think about an AI learning to, let's say, make hiring decisions. They feed it decades of resumes.
Seems like more data would make it more accurate, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. But what if those past hiring decisions were already even a little bit biased against certain groups?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. The AI doesn't know any better, so it just picks up on those patterns and amplifies those biases, even if no one directly programmed them in.
Wow. So it's like we almost need to go back and audit the past if we want to build a fairer future with AI.
In a way, yeah.
And that makes me think about the next pillar, robustness. This is all about AI's ability to handle change. Like one paper used the pandemic as an example. All of a sudden, all those patterns, all that normal data, out the window.
Right. Everything got flipped on its head.
So how do we make sure AI can roll with those punches, those big shifts in, well, everything?
The key is understanding something called data drift. Basically, the world changes, people change, and so the data that the AI learned from, it becomes outdated.
So it's learning from data that's not even relevant anymore.
Exactly. It's like trying to navigate with an old, outdated map.
You'd get lost pretty quickly.
Exactly. So robust AI isn't about stopping change from happening. That's impossible. It's more about building systems that can adapt and learn as things change. We need ways to spot those data shifts, update the information, and make sure the AI is still giving, relevant advice.
It's less about building this perfect, unchanging AI and more about making sure it can learn and grow just like we do.
Exactly.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit, we've got to talk about this whole idea of controlling the AIs, like recipe, the data, the algorithms, which totally brings us to privacy.
Oh, for sure. Privacy is huge when it comes to AI.
Yeah.
And it's not just about protecting the final result that the AI spits out.
It's about the entire process.
Yeah, think about it like a chef who has this amazing, incredible dish. You get to taste it, right? But you don't get to go barging into their kitchen and be like, give me your secret recipe.
Okay, that's a good analogy.
Right. And it's the same with AI. We need to have clear rules about how AI is allowed to use our data. How is it collected, processed, all of it. That's what it means to have privacy in AI.
That makes a lot of sense. But, even knowing the ingredients doesn't always give you the full picture. Think about those times you get a weird movie recommendation on, Netflix or whatever you're using.
How did they come up with that?
Exactly. And that's where this idea of explainability comes in.
Absolutely. It's about making sure the AI's reasoning, how it makes decisions, is something that we humans can understand. If I'm denied a loan, right, I don't just want to know. I deserve to know why.
Right. Give me the reasons.
Exactly. Was it my credit score? My income? What was it? When AI can explain itself, it builds trust. It means we can challenge those decisions if they seem unfair or wrong.
Right. Justice shouldn't just be done. It should be seen to be done. Which leads us right into that last pillar, transparency.
Yeah.
It's like putting food labels on AI, right? We deserve to know what's in it.
Transparency is about making the entire AI creation process open. So that means knowing who built it, what data was used to train it, how was it tested, all of it.
Like shining a light on the whole thing.
Exactly. And that kind of transparency is what builds confidence in AI. It helps us make smart decisions about whether to trust the AI's judgments or not.
So we've gone through each pillar, but they're all part of this bigger idea. So if our listeners only remember one thing from today, what's the key takeaway?
I'd say this. Creating truly reliable AI, it's not just a tech problem to solve, it's a human one. It's about our values as a society, our ethics. It's about the kind of future we want to build.
It's a lot bigger than just ones and zeros in a computer.
Exactly. If we demand that these five pillars be upheld by companies, by governments, by everyone, then we can make sure AI is a force for good,
Powerful stuff. So, listeners, next time you hear about some new AI, remember those five pillars: fairness, robustness, privacy, explainability, and transparency. They're the foundation of trustworthy AI that benefits all of us.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And on that note, until next time, keep those brains buzzing.